Good, good day from South Africa. My name is Percy Makolwa, and I just want to give a couple of reflective notes about finding love after disappointments. And one of the one of the amazing lessons of life that I think it's worthwhile sharing, especially in a world where we're increasingly socially isolated, is that you can find love after disappointments. There are a couple of stages that I went through. There are a couple of stages that I think that you develop better and you become a better person when you go through them, especially in transitioning towards love. And here they are. Number one, it's this sense of truth and discovery of truth. Truth has many dimensions, right? But I do not intend here to refer to religious truth. But I just want to talk to you about finding truth, especially about yourself, about who you are, about your place in the world, and especially about how life is. I know certainly that when you have been disappointed, especially on matters of love, one of the things that almost blurs up is this idea that there is such thing as goodness in the world. There is such thing as purity in the world, and the truth that you simply have to accept, the truth that you simply have to grow towards, is the very truth that sometimes denial, sometimes not getting into a position of finding love, or of experiencing love, or finding somebody who's ready to be in love with you. Sometimes that might even create a kind of cynicism about what is truthful. And what is truthful is that, one, there is purity, there is pure love, there is a pure worldview, there is a pure attitude, there is a pure existence. It is out there. And then number five is there is pure benevolence of the Creator. So understand that process, deal with that process, and really come to terms with that, especially when you want to recover from disappointments, especially romantic disappointments, to actually finding love. The second thing is time. Understand that there is beauty in time. Sometimes the loneliness that comes with not having somebody to share your life, or that comes with not having somebody to celebrate your victories with, the loneliness that comes with not having somebody to celebrate life with, it creates the sense that you have no more time, or that you are falling behind schedule. But you have to understand that there is something beautiful in how the recovery from disappointment to finding love, there is something beautiful in that period, in that time, that you simply have to embrace. And it's easier for me to say it now because I've been through the process. But when you're going through it, certainly there is a sense that there is a sense that I am undergoing something that does not. I'm undergoing something that is not going to end now. I'm undergoing something that is not going to benefit me. But there is beauty in taking time from disappointment to finding true love and to finding the stability of love. Why? Because um, number one, it allows you to find truth. It allows you to find and it also allows you to reflect. It allows you really to reflect. And the beauty of reflection is that you get to make a decision about the kind of life that you want to live. Do you want to live your life as though you have been there before, as though you've made the mistakes and now you're living life for the second time? Even if you just even if you're just newly experiencing certain things, or do you want to live life as though you've never been there before and as though you just live as it goes? Okay, so that's the beauty of time, because time then gives you the opportunity then to choose the kind of life that you want to live. And time allows you to look back at previous experiences and also use those as though they were as though they were a second chance with the person you're with. In other words, once you have been disappointed with somebody else, once you've been disappointed with so many other people, when you take time to reflect, when you take time to reflect on truth, when you take time to reflect on the purity of truth, what happens is you then get the opportunity to make a decision of discovery, a decision of self discovery, a decision of discovering an alternative you. And how do you discover the alternative you? Well, it does take time. Because when you discover the alternative you, one of the major things that you have to deal with is the desperation that comes with wanting to be with somebody. Two, it is this heaviness of expectations that you might have with being with somebody. So that's why time is very important, especially when you are especially when you're coming from a post disappointment sort of relationship. The, the life that you then are able to find when you've discovered truth, and remember I said truth is defined as purity, the purity. um, you simply have to accept that if you ever reach a situation where you are cynical about anything being pure, about the very existence of, of the pure, in a world of impurities, in a world of lies, in a world of hurt. Once you lose that, once you grow into the acceptance that there's no such thing as purity, once you train yourself to live this life of I'm not going to care about purity or about pure love, about pure truth, about a pure commitment, a pureness of heart. Okay, once you accept that, then you got to understand that you're missing the point of why you go through disappointments in life. Um, so the first thing that you have to deal with, as I said, is that idea of truth. Then the second thing that I said you have to deal with is that idea of time. And time allows you to reflect. Time allows you to discover. Time allows you to live beyond expectations. Okay, expectations on other people, especially expectations on other people. Time allows you to look within. Time allows you to create a certain stability that does not expect somebody else, because you've taken time between your disappointment and the time of you finding love. The third part, this third sort of phase of moving, transitioning from disappointment to love, which is subsequent to truth time is living beyond dependency. Living beyond dependency. When you can live beyond dependency, you have discovered the purity. You've discovered purity, and what I refer, and purity is truth, essential truth. You've also taken time, okay? You've also treasured time. You've also enjoyed time. You've also reaped the best out of time. Then you get to the stage of living beyond dependency. Now, when you live beyond dependency, what happens? When you live beyond dependency, you stop experiencing a sense of wantonness, the sense of they've got to do this for me to do that, or the sense of this and this has to happen for me to experience this. Okay, um, and then once you are there, you are very much close to you very much close to um, actually experiencing recovery from disappointment to love. You are very much close into experiencing that. Just to recap, there are three stages. There are three stages that you have to go through when you transition from disappointment to love. The first stage is that stage of truth. Okay. Then it's the stage of enjoying time, of treasuring, of celebrating, finding beauty in time. So you really have to rid yourself of the impatience of oh my God, I've not had a relationship, I've not met someone. Rid yourself of all of that. Then you have to get to the last stage where you can now live beyond dependency. And once you get through these three stages, you are now ready to then move from one point to the next. And in that whole session, in that whole sort of section of life, in that whole sort of process, you have experienced what I call the vicissitudes of life. You have experienced the highs and lows of life. You have experienced the you have experienced the realities that go with life, and you've probably experienced what was necessary for you to grow. When you've gone through all of these stages, then pat yourself in the back and breathe and breathe. Start enjoying the process, because love is then very close. Um, it happens in a very miraculous fashion, um, and it happens in a fashion that is almost very divine, because you then discover somebody you then discover love that you never thought could have been there, or you discover love that's always been there, but you've never known that it's been there. Um, you also experience a boldness that you've never experienced before. You experience a truthfulness that you've never experienced before. You experience a genuineness that you've never experienced before, where you don't want to hide behind anything. You're over living the dodginess of life, and and that is a beautiful stage of life to be in. So, my friend, as you experiencing the heartache of disappointments, allow yourself to go through these three stages and then see the beauty of evolution, see the beauty of you evolving. Because these three stages are essentially about you and your creator. They're about you and your God. And you find the the expressed love of your God, the expressed love of your creator in this love relationship that you then develop as a result of that. I hope that this reflection has allowed you to take from somebody who's genuinely really gone through this process of seeking love. And I hope that this process, I hope that this video allows you to embrace the process with confidence and excitement. I hope that the loneliness and the sadness that comes with disappointment has finally been put in perspective. And I hope that you are encouraged to seek to seek a a, 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 a growth and a depth within your relationships. And I hope to hear more from you. Please like my videos when you see them. One, okay. Number two, put up comments, okay. And then put up some questions on these videos. I certainly would love to answer these questions from the vantage point of my reflection in terms of the journey that I've gone through. Thank you, and God bless you.